Good day, this is Ray. Today is Saturday, July 27th, 2024. And for me today, another day of learning and growing. Hope that you, your family, friends, and loved ones are doing well and staying safe. So it is now 4:21 in the morning, and I just decided to get up and go ahead and record this video. I'm going to make waffles this morning from scratch. First time doing that, so a little bit nervous about it. I have to make sure the time is perfect because I take medications at 6 a.m. I take medications at 5 a.m. I have to take that on an empty stomach. And then I take the next set of medications an hour later at 6 a.m. with my breakfast. So I want to time it out perfectly. Just a little bit nervous about it. Anyway, if this is the first time watching, I appreciate it. I am on a journey to paying off a lot of debt, which is what I do at the end of each month is give an update as to what my progress is from month to month. And I started doing that last year. Okay, so let me get right into it. The big picture is in May of 2019, I was diagnosed with lupus. I was in and out of the hospital 6 times in less than 2 years. June 2020 is when I identified I had the highest amount of consumer debt. And I'll talk about it in the next part of my presentation. May of 2021 is when I started learning how to budget. I learned from Brad Long at ZeroDebtCoach.com, and that became a game changer for me. December 2021, my office moved locations. At the time I was living with my parents, but I had to go ahead and move out because the location of my office is a lot further than where they lived. I forgot to tell you that I moved back in with my parents when I was like really sick and just trying to get my life back together. Moved across country, put my stuff in the storage, and just really, had to make some tough decisions. It was just a very difficult time in my life. But so December 2021 became my first time a homeowner. The way I was able to do that was I took out money in my 401k for not only the down payment but some repairs in my home. Fortunately, I didn't have to cash out my entire 401k, and as of today, it's more than where it was than when I took out the money. It wasn't a loan; it was a cash out. And then January 2024 was a milestone for me. I was able to pay off half of that consumer debt. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's take a look at my progress so far. So at the beginning of this year, I started off with $57,531.97 of consumer debt. In January, I paid off $906.97. February, paid off $935.36. March, paid off $1,512.66. April, paid off $1,053.24. May, paid off $1,021.21. June, paid off $1,231.19. And this month, I paid off $979.25, which is, actually more than I anticipated on paying off. Before I give you the combined amount of how much I paid off for the first 7 months of this year, I want to talk about this month and some of the struggles that I faced, and I guess I would say some of the wins that I had. So in June, it was June 27th to be specific, at 1 in the morning, I drove myself to the emergency room and had to get treatment. So I knew that I was going to be facing the bill. I hadn't met my deductible yet before that point. And I said, okay, this is going to hit me. Fortunately, I do have a health reimbursement account with my job, so I had money on there. But I still had to come out of pocket roughly $600 to be able to pay the rest of that medical bill off. And I didn't want to do it in installment payments. I said, if I can pay this thing off, I'm going to pay it off because I don't want to go further into debt. And I didn't want to use my emergency fund. And I'm fortunate that I didn't have to do that. And I was still able to knock off a chunk of my, consumer debt this month. So didn't go backwards, didn't make the progress that I did in the previous months. But now looking at the months that I have paid off this year, is not the least amount that I paid off. The least amount was in January, where I paid off $906.97. So paying off $979.25 this month, I'll take that as a win. So the total I paid off this year, $7,639.88. That is that's good. That's good. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and compare that to the pace, how much I paid off last year to date. So year to date, 2023, I paid off $5,271.47. And again, year to date this year, $7,639.88. I'm ahead by $2,368.41. And that's very cool. I'm grateful that I'm sticking to this. It's taking dedication. It's taking some sacrifice. It was definitely a stretch goal to be able to even hit paying off as much as I did this month. I had to really cut back on some things and kind of shift some of the items in my budgeting categories to pay off the medical debt as fast as I did, and to be able to continue the progress of paying off my consumer debt, which I'm happy about. My baby emergency fund is still fully funded, and I'm super grateful for that. What I do want to say is, I've been paying off debt now for I've learned how to budget now for three years and 2 months. And I've been paying off debt now for 4 years and 1 month. And my progress could be a lot faster. If I took on a second job, it'd be a lot faster. If I wasn't paying a mortgage, it'd be a lot faster. But what I have, the advantage I have is that I know how to budget. And I assign every dollar, every penny to whatever category it needs to fit. And so, this is good progress. And as a matter of fact, let me show you the progress I'm talking about. So my consumer debt as of June 2020 was $115,041.89. I paid off a total of $65,149.80. My consumer debt as of today is $49,892.09, which means I paid off approximately 57% of that original debt. That's I'm under 50,000. I am under 50,000, which is, to some people that they're like, man, that's insane. You're celebrating about being, at $50,000, under $50,000 worth of consumer debt. Yeah, I am. Because, starting off at 115,000 K and making less than 6 figures a year. And, for most of my adult life, I didn't know how to budget until, starting there 40, I was 42 years old when I learned how to budget. And I'm dedicated to it. I want to be not only consumer debt free, but to at some point have a full emergency fund, have my home paid off in a quicker amount of time than I would even anticipate. I've only paid off about 10% of my mortgage, so I've got a ways to go. And when I don't talk about my mortgage, the reason I don't include that in my overall debt, at least in my presentations, is because it's such a big debt, and it's not my priority. My priority is to focus only on consumer debt. I don't have any credit card debt. My debt is, I have one personal loan, and I have 2 student loans that come out as one payment, and that's my only focus. When I use my credit cards, I pay it off before the due date, and the only reason I use my credit cards is for the points. I already assigned my money to do what it's supposed to do. So if I'm going to buy groceries, and let's say for that pay period, I'm setting aside $200 for groceries. That money set aside, I charge it on the card, and then I pay that card off right away. As opposed to in the past where I, just go ahead and I got my credit card, I charge it, worry about it later. There's none of that going on anymore. I'm very disciplined, very focused, and intentional about my about this path, and you have to be with anything really. This past month has been tough, health-wise and physically. Still dealing with joint pain. The chest pain is lessened, but it's still there. But I'm able to sleep at night. I'm able to, it's 4:31 a.m. So obviously I'm not sleeping that well. I never have been a good sleeper, but it is what it is. So I want to encourage you, whatever goal you have, whether it be making waffles for the first time, or paying off a considerable amount of debt or less amount of debt than me, stick to it. Have a plan. Don't deviate. Don't go left or right. Don't try to reinvent the world all the time. Just stick to that plan. If the plan's working, great. You can refine it as you go. Of course, I've become a much better budgeter now that I've been doing it for some years. So that's that. But that's all I got for today. If you made it this far, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notification. When I post my videos. You can find me at youtube.com/@Lupus Lifestyle. And as always, thank you for watching. Take care.